Hi, my name's Maria, and today I want to show you how to access data from the 2020 Island Areas Censuses detailed cross-tabulations, which include data for American Samoa, the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, Guam, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. The 2020 Island Area Censuses detailed cross-tabulations provide data about people or housing units cross-tabulated with data for other characteristics, such as educational attainment, income and marital status for people, and occupancy status, units and structure, and value of home for housing units. Other surveys, such as the American Community Survey, or ACS, are not conducted in the island areas. Therefore, the Census Bureau used a long-form census questionnaire similar to the ACS questionnaire used in the 50 states, the District of Columbia, and Puerto Rico. The data that we are looking at today came from these detailed cross-tabulation tables, which are available for each of the island areas and their respective county equivalents. I think this is a good time to point out that this is a beneficial change from what was provided in 2010, when data was only available for the island areas and not for their county equivalents. Now let's go into data.census.gov and I can show you how to find these data. For our example, let's locate tables that provide data on occupations in the U.S. Virgin Islands. I'd also like to see if these data are available by race and Hispanic origin. Once I find what I need for 2020, I'd like to also find similar data from the 2010 Island Areas Census. To start, go to data.census.gov and click on the Advanced Search button found beneath the search bar on the landing page. I always like to select the geography first, so from the left side of the screen, under the Geography heading, click on State, and check the box for the United States Virgin Islands. Next, let's add the filter that tells the site that we want data from the detailed cross-tabulations. Under the Surveys heading, click on Decennial Census of Island Areas, and then check the box next to U.S. Virgin Island Detailed Cross-Tabulations. Now let's add the filters for the topics we are trying to get data for: occupation and race and Hispanic origin. Under the Topics heading, click on Employment and check the box for occupation. Then a little further down on the left, still under the Topics heading, click on Race and Ethnicity and check the box for race and ethnicity. With these selections made, click on the search button in the far lower right corner of the screen. It looks like there is a single table that looks at occupation crossed with race and Hispanic origin. CT10, Occupation and Sex by Race and Hispanic or Latino Origin. Looking through this table, it is exactly what I was looking for. We can see that it provides data for different types of occupations as we scroll down the list, and by race and Hispanic origin as we scroll to the right. This table also breaks this information down by sex. The total for both males and females is at the very top, and then when we scroll down, we can see the section repeated for just males and then again for just females. I mentioned earlier that I also want to see if these data are available from 2010, so let's move to working on that. One very important thing to note is that the detailed cross-tabulation tables from the 2010 Island Areas Censuses are not available in data.census.gov. Rather, those tables are only available in Excel format found on the census.gov webpage. The good news is that you can access all the 2010 tables as well as additional relevant information in the 2010 Census Island Areas Press Kit found at the link provided below. When we get to the page, since we are looking for data for the U.S. Virgin Islands, we need to locate that section. Right now, I want to focus on the information found in the first bullet point. The 2010 data was released in two parts, so we can see links to those parts for both the tables and the technical documentation. Let me use the technical documentation to show you a trick for more quickly seeing what tables are available. click on the link that says Part 1 PDF next to Technical Documentation. Scroll down the table of contents and click on Chapter 3, Table Finding Guide. Once you're at Chapter 3, scroll down some until you see the table. This shows you how the different population and housing subjects are crossed with the various tables. We can see the different population and housing subjects listed along the left, and then running across the top of the table, we can see that there are 3 columns, one for age, one for ethnic origin or race, and the last for sex. We're looking at occupation, so let's scroll down until we see that under the population subjects. Then when we look across to the right, we can see that Table 2-14 crosses occupation with age, Table 1-12 crosses occupation with ethnic origin or race, and Tables 1-12 and 2-14 cross occupation with sex. Given that we are looking for the 2010 table that provides data on occupation and race and Hispanic origin, we want to look at Table 1-12. Now let's go back to the press kit and click on the link that says Part 1 next to 2010 Census Detailed Cross-Tabulations. This takes us to the File Transfer Protocol or FTP site. There is a user note as well as links to both the Part 1 and Part 2 sets of Excel tables. We want to look at Part 1 for our table, so click on the one that says USVI 2010 Census Detailed Cross-Tabulations Part 1 V3. When it opens, we can see that all the Part 1 tables are displayed in different worksheet tabs. There is also a list found on the first tab that gives the full name of every table found in this Part 1 Excel document. Since we already know the table we want, navigate to the tab labeled as 1-12. We can see that this looks very similar to the 2020 version, Table CT10. There are a few different things that you should note about the 2010 tables. First is that they are only available for the island areas as a whole. In other words, there is no county equivalent data available for 2010 like there is for 2020. This leads to a related point. In 2010, it was quite easy for customers to download all of the available tables by just using this Part 1 document we have open and the Part 2 Excel document that we saw moments ago in the FTP site. Given that the tables were only available for a single type of geography, each entire island area as a whole, publishing the tables in this way using Excel made sense. However, now that the data are also available for the county equivalents, we found that producing tables in Excel in a similar way would be too cumbersome and confusing. However, this doesn't mean that you no longer have a way to download multiple tables at once using data.census.gov. To find out how to do that, please take a look at our other video tutorial found at the link below. One other thing that I want to mention about the 2010 tables is the setup. If you look at this table, you'll see that the total section is at the top, which is similar to the setup of the 2020 table. However, if you scroll down, you'll see that the data are only broken out for females and the male data aren't shown. If you recall the 2020 table, you'll remember that data is shown for both females and males. So this is definitely a difference to note in how the data are presented. Showing only the sections for the total and for females was intentional in the 2010 tables, as it made navigating the tables easier and more convenient. However, with the move of the tables to data.census.gov, this format is no longer necessary, and data can easily be shown or hidden for the total and for males and females separately. I hope this tutorial has helped in learning how to find and use data from the island area's detailed cross-tabulations. For more guidance on using our site, please visit our resources page at the link provided below. Thank you.